Now we consider the transitional dynamics in solo growth model. We know that delta K is equal to SFK minus delta plus M into K. So from here we write delta K by K is equal to SFK by K minus delta plus M. Now this delta K is replaced by K dot, then K dot by K is equal to SFK by K minus delta plus M. So K dot represents the change in capital stock with respect to time. Now there are two terms in this equation, SFK. The first term is SFK by K. The second term is delta plus K. Now what is Fk by K? Fk by K is the average product of capital per worker, because Fk is the production function divided by capital stock per worker. So this is average product for capital stock for per unit of worker. Now as K rises, this term falls. So Fk by K falls as K rises. So therefore Fk by K falls as K rises. So therefore in this diagram we will get a negatively sloped curve for the first term, that is Sfk by K, and this delta plus M is a straight line which is horizontal to the K axis. Now at this point of intersection, Sfk by K is equal to delta plus M. So therefore K dot by K is equal to 0 at this point. So for this particular level of capital stock K star, K dot by K is equal to 0. So therefore we can say that this is the steady state level of capital stock. Now suppose the economy was initially not at this point, the economy was here at K1 level of capital stock per worker. So the economy starts from a level of capital stock which is higher than the steady state level of capital stock. Now at K1, delta plus N is greater than Sfk by K. So therefore K dot by K is less than 0. So we can say that the capital stock falls from this level. So now the capital stock falls and it tends towards the steady state level of capital stock. On the other hand, if the economy starts with a capital stock which is lower than the steady state level of capital stock K2, then at K2, Sfk by K is greater than delta plus M. So therefore K dot by K is greater than 0, and then the capital stock will rise and it will tend towards the steady state level of capital stock. So if the economy is here, in the next period the economy will start moving towards this direction, and the capital stock in the economy, the capital stock per worker in the economy will tend towards the steady state level of capital stock. So we can say two things. First, the steady state level of capital stock per worker is a unique level of capital stock per worker, unique steady state. So this steady state is unique. And secondly, the steady state level of capital stock per worker is stable in nature. So if the economy deviates from this level, it will always come back to this level. So the equilibrium level of capital stock per worker, which is the steady state level of capital stock per worker, is stable in nature.